Man, my violin project is going so well. And I suppose today is Juneteenth. So happy Juneteenth, everyone. I just ate a whole pizza today. I mean, like just now, like 20 minutes ago, and because of that, I will probably get stomach pains during this vlog. So I expect it to be like 25 minutes long, full of like hobbling and grunting and all that sort of jazz. Ooh, I can feel it starting already. I'm trying to keep a straight posture, which means thrusting my dick out and then like opening my chest or something. I don't know. But so, you know, for the past like few months, we've been eating sandwiches over and over at the thing, and it's the first time in like almost forever that we're eating pizza. And you know, me being me, I decided to edge my hunger and eat right at the end so that I can focus on, you know, doing my duties at the thing. But that meant the pizza was like super cold, super dry. It was like the epitome of like I don't know. And oh, there's a hole here. Thank you, sign, for telling us there's a hole. That is a hole. That's a hole. It's just funny. I just see a sign that says hole and I see a hole. But like, you know. Somehow the lights in this tunnel aren't working. That's a shame, but I do love how dark it is. It looks like we're going into the abyss. Ho, 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 ho. So I was eating the... Is the mouse still here, by the way? I want to see if the mouse is still here. Guess not. What a shame. So I was eating my pizza today, my rationed pizza, which was 2 slices, by the way. And it's like super fucking dry. And you know, like I'm at the crust part, so I like my crust. I like chew a bit. It's like it's making my teeth hurt. Not my teeth hurt, but like it's making my mouth tired with how much I have to like basically, you know. And I'm just thinking, right? I'm like, hey, what is this pizza crust made of? And my brain says, well, dough, duh. But for a split second, before I said that, it was like, is it made out of wood? And I looked at it, the crust was so textured, so dotted with patterns. Not necessarily from like the grill or anything, or like the oven, but like just random patterns, like pockmarks that you'd see on a tree. And I was like, maybe it is made out of wood. But then like my brain just went, no, it's dough, dude. And then that got me thinking, right? Cause, oh, hello, look who's here. They're going pretty fast, aren't they? Anyways, that got me thinking, right? So, I thought about those little pretzel snacks. I was like, aren't those made out of wood? And I was like, of course not. You can't eat wood. Are you crazy? But then I was like, wait, well, what are they made of? Because somehow my brain subconsciously always assumed they were made out of wood. And without like the wood, what are they made of, you know? Like, it feels inconceivable that they should be made out of like dough. But at the same time, it's the most logical thought, you know? And they, except for the fact that you can eat them, they feel like almost exactly like wood. They've got like a pretty brown exterior. They've got like a pretty light brown interior. They look like they look like branches. They have patterns on them. They like branch the same way trees branches do. And like the taste, its blandness and its like saltiness kind of does seem like how wood would taste if you were to put it in your mouth, you know? How wood would taste. I kind of like Juneteenth because it's one of the few days that involves the Civil War, and the Civil War is my favorite conflict in history. There's so much detail in the Civil War. Like, whenever someone mentions like 40 acres and a mule, I get all giddy inside. But like, beyond the 40 acres and a mule and the Gettysburg Address and the Emancipation Proclamation and the whatever others, all that's left are the raw like conflict details that like no one really feels the need to know, right? Like, everyone knows the Gettysburg Address, but no one really wants to know like about the battle that happened right before it, on whose field the speech was given, on whose funeral the speech was held. Spotted my classmate in this restaurant that I just passed. I think he noticed me. I'm not one to dwell on my school years. They feel all sorts of traumatizing. Not really because of what others did to me, but just like the person that I was back then is just deplorable in every single fucking way. Volkswagen. My goodness. I'm sad, I'm tired. I'm very sad, I'm tired. I'm going to, when I get home, I'm gonna masturbate. I'm kidding. I'm going to work on my violin project and my data science and maybe message my PI about future research. And then I'm gonna work on my fantasy project and my side project and all sorts of shit. I'm kidding. Alright, bye bye.